Josh Feuerstein. Josh Feuerstein. Josh fucking Feuerstein. Boy, I don't know if I can say anything about this douche-o-matic 9000 that hasn't already been fucking said. I've seen this guy on the internet over the past couple of years, and, you know, this guy's a pastor. Pastors I usually don't have problems with, but on video, this guy's a fucking lunatic that somehow evades the men in the white coats. I don't know how he does it, but somehow he does. I mean, he just fucking lost it. I mean, he was never that bright to begin with. Let's, you know, anybody that's heard of this guy knows this. For those that don't know who this guy is, take a look at his YouTube videos and his Facebook if you don't understand what I'm talking about.
You live in a dichotomy, a paradigm, a problem, and a paradox. You see, if we were to look at absolute truth, and we were to look at the totality of all knowledge, all scientific facts, everything, and we were to be able to draw a circle that would represent it, it would look something like this, broad and expansive and large. And yet it is that if you were to draw a circle of everything that you know, every experience, every scientific fact that you've ever learned, whether in school or study, would probably look something more like this.
I mean, they're both the God of Abraham. We all worship the same God. I mean, God literally means just Allah in Arabic. Really? They're both the same God? Let me just go ahead and give you a little bit of history lesson and fact check that for you. Josh Feuerstein here, so I couldn't even get to the first 10 minutes of the most disgraceful, distasteful show on television today, and that is Black Jesus.
He was never that smart. But it seems to me that with every fucking video he posts, he gets crazier and crazier and crazier and fucking crazier.
Jacket!
Guy's a psycho. He belongs in a padded cell. And I'll talk about that more in a moment. He wails incessantly about how he's being persecuted and how the government is trying to take away his rights as a Christian. Don't get me wrong, folks. I'm not going to say they don't get any shit. But this guy, tinfoil hat level, crazy, screw loose persecution complex. Again, if you watch his videos, you'll kind of see that. Unless, of course, you agree with him. In which case, not to be mean, I would suggest you have your head examined as well. And I'm not talking about the faith or anything like that. I'm talking about the shit he thinks is going on. Well, anyway, so this is how far he's taken his craziness. At one point, he rolled through a Midland, Texas Walmart parking lot. One of the ones that was shut down over the controversial plumbing fiasco, you know, in the news that, that talked about the 5 Walmart stores getting, shut down over plumbing issues. Well, this is one of them. And this is what he had to say about it. He rolled through this parking lot saying off-the-wall shit like this.
I am at the Midland Walmart that is supposedly shut down for plumbing problems, but we know that it is the Jade Helm Center. Look at it. It's deserted, and we have cops, literally cops, says store temporarily closed. We have cops here, and check them out. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, the Midland Police Department is protecting what? An empty Walmart? Tell me something that isn't going on. You see, the problem is this, and here's the way that I look at it. You take a Walmart. Why would they choose a Walmart? Why would they choose 5 different Walmarts? Let me tell you why. Because if you're planning something on a national scale, you have to do something that you're able to reproduce over and over and over and over. You're able to scale it in a large manner really, really quickly. And so, of course, you would choose a Walmart because every city has one. Why would they close down, literally close down, and say that they're out of business for the next several months? Why? Why? For plumbing problems? All 5 of them? And here they are being guarded by the police. What is really going on? Just take a long look here. What is really going on here, y'all? Look at this. Being guarded by the cops. For what? For what? What? Scary, guys. Midland, Texas, Josh Feuerstein here. It's time that America wakes up and realize something's happening. Please take a moment and click share on this video, like and comment below. If you're not my friend already on Facebook, click my name at the top of the video. Let's be friends. Why? Because you need everyday truth. People need to wake up and realize stuff's going on. Look inside here. You can actually see there. Military equipment, guys. Military equipment here at the Walmart. Something sketchy is happening. We're driving around. We're driving around here. Look at this stuff going on inside. It's what's really happening? Oh. Share the video. Spread the truth.
Feuerstein thinks that it's all a big conspiracy from which to launch the annihilation of Christians. Yet he provides no evidence for that. And if you see the video, you'll see that he even rolled over to the garden center, where he made the claims that from outside you could see all this military equipment. Military equipment. I didn't see anything, even when he had the camera pointed toward the garden center. And it obviously didn't occur to him to get out of the fucking car and go take some fucking good pics of this stuff. You know? He talks about, he likes to think he's a badass about everything. And he talks a great deal. But he doesn't seem to muster the balls to get out of the car and go look at and go take pictures of the evidence. Yeah. So yeah, we can't really see anything. He doesn't bother to get out of the car to get a good picture of the incriminating evidence that he claims is in plain sight, which it wasn't, and showing this to the rest of the world. Yet he wants us to believe him, every word that he says, and take him seriously. But he doesn't want to meet us halfway and provide any compelling evidence, any proof, anything that would go beyond the shadow of a doubt that he isn't as nutty as he fucking comes off in every video he makes. Well, that's because there isn't any evidence. It doesn't fucking exist. He's a fucking nutter, as the British would say. So much so that I can't tell the difference between him and a fucking Babe Ruth candy bar. In fact, I think the candy bar has less nuts than Josh Feuerstein. In fact, if candy bars were sentient and could talk, they'd tell us how insulted they would be to be compared to that psycho ward escapee. Seriously, someone give this motherfucker some Ativan or Seroquel. Please give him some of that. Well, that's my take on Josh Feuerstein in a nutshell. The highlight of this video, why we're talking about him today.
Hey guys, what's up? Josh Feuerstein here. Look, you've already seen the news article floating around Facebook about the homosexual man that's already filed a lawsuit, $70 million against 2 different Bible publishers because he wants homosexuality removed from the scripture. Really? Now, I think I remember saying this a long time ago. I remember telling you guys a long time ago that this was not about gay marriage and equality. I realized a lot of people a couple of weeks ago said, oh my word, this is about love wins. It's about gay marriage. It's about equal rights. This has never been about equal rights because civil unions gave them equal rights. But here's what it's really been about. It's about reconstitutionalizing a term so that now it opens up the door for the left and the liberals to come after Christianity. And I'll prove it to you. Do you realize that this last week, a judge ordered a $135,000 fine against a baker who refused to bake a gay wedding cake? $135,000 fine because he said that it was equivalent to mental rape. Really? Are you joking me? How ludicrous is this? Just to go on to show you that there's a parallel between... Look, Joe Biden came out this last week and said that it was a sad day in America because of all of the religious bigotry that has held back the constitutional rights for the LGBT movement. Really? Now we're oppressing them? You see what's beginning to go on there? You see how they're beginning to paint Christians? I've been telling you guys for a long time it's happening. And then to top it all off, there's a pastor in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that they're telling him that if he does not marry gay couples, they're threatening him with arrest and imprisonment. Really? That's his First Amendment right to refuse. Why are we backing down to the government and not drawing a line in the sand? They're coming after our First Amendment constitutional rights. Well, check this out. This is one pastor that will not bow. Why? Because my First Amendment right
Jesus, dude!
is guaranteed by my Second Amendment right. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen.
It seems that America's favorite pulpit wacko has posted a video of himself making the usual fallacious and false arguments and summed it up by making an implication that he and this other guy that he mentions on his Facebook page where the video is will go as far as to gun down, literally gun fucking down, as in blah, 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 gay rights advocates and possibly gay people themselves, under the pretense that he's defending his First Amendment rights to discriminate and persecute, which unfortunately for him doesn't exist anywhere within the parameters of said amendment, with his Second Amendment rights. And here he is, holding up what looks to be like an illegal fully automatic rifle. I mean, Jesus, dude. Well, actually, it's come to my attention that it's semi-automatic, and this is not the first time he's brandished this on a video. Now, keep in mind, this is only speculation. I'm only speculating at this point. I don't know what kind, and of course, I don't really know what kind of rifle that is, but it does look illegal. You know, it looks menacing, to fucking say the least. I'm sure he picked it out to be intimidating. I'm going to have to get more information on this kind of thing, and unless anybody that knows guns could tell me what it is. Not that it matters in this case, I mean, I just want to be aware. I just want to be sure of my facts before I blast off, but regardless, it's seemingly implied by his rant that he intends to commit murder and resort to deadly violence to defend his beliefs if necessary. He's on here literally threatening to do harm against those he perceives to be his enemies, which is in a sense all who disagree with him, and inciting others of like mind to do the same. In essence, he's trying to gather an army of bigots and plans to trample equal rights by any means he deems necessary. simply because he just can't fucking stand seeing a group of people that he doesn't like enjoying the same rights that he's always had. He's willing to go to this extreme because he apparently doesn't have the faith in his God to accept his divine will and let nature take its course. No, he's not satisfied with that. He thinks that his plan is God's plan. And if God's plan doesn't line up with his, well then to hell with it. Fuck it all. Persona non grata invalidito. He'll just take matters into his own hands. This is basically the same philosophy used throughout history to persecute gay people, up to and including events like, the Nazi regime and the Holocaust, and of course most recently the Westboro Baptist Church. Basically the message is, the attitude here is, if we can't pray away the gay, and if we can't, and if we can't count on God to come through on those prayers to give us an answer that we favor, then we're not going to leave it up to that. We're not going to accept our God's judgment. We're going to take matters in our own hands, because the second our God gives us an unfavorable answer or no answer at all, then that his judgment ceases to count. Basically, one thing I could say about Josh Feuerstein is this is basically what he sounds like in a nutshell. When he makes videos like the ones he has. My name is Josh Feuerstein, and I feel like I'm being persecuted. Why? Because a bunch of people that I don't like got the same rights I got. That's persecution, bruh. That's gonna be a Christian Holocaust. You know how I know that? Because I do. Duh. Duh. My name's Josh Feuerstein. And I gotta protect my rights as a Christian. You know why? I gotta protect my rights as a Christian. You know why? Because those rights only mean that I can have the right to say what I want to say. Nobody else does. So I have to shut them up because I don't agree with them. How am I gonna do that? Because I'm passing This man is straitjacket material. I already said that. But I want to make it clear about something. I'm not against guns. I'm not a gun control advocate by any means. In no way, shape, or form. I could give a shit less what kind of gun somebody owns or how big the fucking magazines are. Okay? A deadly weapon's a fucking deadly weapon. Okay? Unless you're a fucking idiot, guns don't kill people. Only the idiot pulling the trigger does, mostly. Yeah, that's not to say that guns haven't misfired, jammed, or accidentally shot or accidentally gone off. But again, a lot of that's stupidity. So I'm not advocating for gun control. But I can tell you right now, guys like Josh Feuerstein, when he and other people like that make videos, post into public forums, essentially threatening people with what looks like a fully automatic weapon, with all the shooters we got out there like Dylan Roof. And I have a bad feeling he's gonna be the next one to do it. The way he talks in this video, I have a feeling that Josh is gonna be the next shooter. It's possible. But like I said, I'm not a gun control advocate by any means. But guys like Josh Feuerstein and other people like him, all they do is strengthen the argument as to why people feel that gun control is needed. Most people actually are an argument in favor of gun control. People like that are the reason why we have the gun control we have now. People like that are the reason why further reform is being pushed. So, I'm not one of those people that are going to say that Obama's coming to take your guns. Because I don't really know that for sure. Yeah, that's just something people think that they're afraid of because of the whole, gun thing. And they've been saying that ever since he got elected, and so far he hasn't made a move. Whether he does or not, it doesn't matter in this case. Because I can tell you right now, if the day ever came that Obama came, if the day ever arrived that Obama came to your house to take your guns, you can blame him all you want, because he's doing it, if that's the case. But don't just blame him for it. Blame assholes like Josh Feuerstein that thinks he's being clever and being intimidating by going on public forums and making videotaped threats to kill people without having a good reason to. So, believe me, if Obama ever came to get, if Obama ever did come to get your guns, assholes like that are one of the reasons why. So, if guns do become illegal, thank Josh Feuerstein. Thank people like Cliven Bundy. Thank these nut jobs that think, that have these delusional, paranoid fantasies of having to fight the government. And if you see Josh Feuerstein after your gun has been taken by the government, kick him in the ass and tell him, "Thanks, Josh!" Folks, say what, I say what I will about things like this, and you say what you will about things like this, but when it comes down to it, these people obviously don't have the strength of their convictions. And this last video of Feuerstein's is, in my opinion, sufficient evidence that he's a fucking terrorist. Because he fits the textbook definition of a terrorist, which is someone who is willing to kill people for political reasons. You heard it from his own mouth. He wants to start a war. He wants to start and join in on a gruesome campaign to kill people in the name of his religious political beliefs. That's fucked up, man. And Josh, if you're watching or listening, I got one thing to say to you, man. You're fucked, dude. You are fucked in the head. You're a sick little monkey. And you need some fucking drugs, son. You need fucking Adamant. You need Seroquel. You need to be in a fucking straitjacket. And you know what? Your videos are all nutty. They're all pretty nutty. But this time you fucked up. You fucked up big time, dude. You made threats and posted on a public forum. So you either better be fucking connected or you have a damn good lawyer, boyo, because from where I'm standing, your arse is going to get a visit from the FBI pretty damn soon if I or anyone else with sane mind have their fucking way. In fact, I'm surprised you're not getting fucking questioned by them at this moment. That's serious fucking shit, dude. Fucking brandishing semi-assault rifles and fucking threatening to kill people. Way to fucking go, dude. You get my Dumbass of the Year award if one existed. Because when you make terrorist threats like you just did here, you deserve to get locked up for 10 to 20, man. And no, before you say anything, it's not about your religious beliefs. It never was. I could personally give a shit less. There's no law against having religious beliefs. And there's no law against believing stupid things like you do. But when you make it your own business to force that stupidity onto others to the point where you're willing to go on a shooting rampage with an illegal weapon, allegedly illegal, excuse me, because you failed to convince them otherwise, that's where we have a problem, son. And I hope they put your ass away in a padded cell. And I hope they lose the fucking key. To others watching, this is what we're up against. And I hope some of you will take the time to contact the FBI and have them investigate Pastor Joshua Feuerstein. If you haven't already. Because while he spouts mostly inane hot air and nonsense, and really should not be taken seriously, he does become a potential threat when he sits there brandishing an assault rifle and makes a declaration that he's going to kill people that he doesn't agree with, or more accurately, people that do not agree with him. I hope this guy gets what he's got coming to him. Seriously. Well, that's all the time I have for tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you can, you'd be doing me a huge favor by supporting me by donating what you can to either my GoFundMe, my social sponsor, or my Patreon account. I am in need of new equipment so I can continue making content. If you like this, you'd be doing me a huge favor, and it'd be greatly appreciated, and I'd be forever in your debt. My name is Jay the Sixth Saiyan. Scout your power levels later. Bonsai!